Well, today we're going to be repainting a Star Wars figure, and this time it's Qi'ra from the movie Solo, which I thought was a very good movie and quite a good character. It's played by Emilia Clarke, who is obviously from Game of Thrones, plays Daenerys. It's not a bad likeness even from the box. The eyes are a bit splodgy, and there's just no sort of detail on it. So we're going to get them out of the box, have a look at this, see if we can get a head off, and then we can start painting. You also get quite a nice gun with this one. Okay, so let me get them out of the box and then we'll come back. Okay, so I've got them out of the box, and it's a really nice figure, some great detail. These Solo figures I'm really impressed with. I really like the Han Solo figure as well. The legs were a bit strange, and obviously he's wearing a skirt but trousers underneath, so I don't suppose there's anything else you could do about that. The weird thing is, I don't know what that is on her hair. I think it's glue. I'm hoping it will come off, or she's had a there's something about Mary moment. So what I'm going to do is go and get some hot water and take the head off, and then we can start painting. I don't think it's going to need a huge repaint on the clothing, just some detailing, but yeah, it's nicely textured. It's a really nice figure. Okay, let's go and get the head off and we'll see what happens. Okay, so the head popped off quite easily. So all I'm going to do, and all I ever do on these heads, is because to soften it, you put it in hot water, and once it's painted you don't really want to dunk it in hot water. So all I do is ease out the neck piece with a scalpel, just so that it's not quite as tight when it goes back on the neck ball. I don't worry too much because I'm not going to, once these are painted, I don't really handle them that much, so it doesn't have to have much posability, but just makes it easier to go in. Then on this one, the hands are separate pieces, so I just heated them up, pulled them out, and again I'll probably do the same, just cut these down a bit so it slips in a bit easier, and then that leaves the body there. So all we're going to do, coat paint on the flesh parts, just to undercoat it, and as usual I'm going to use Cadian flesh tones from Citadel, and I mix that with light flesh from Vallejo, and so that's all I'm going to do to start with, is put a coat on the face. Light coats are better than heavy coats. There we go. So all I'm going to do on that is probably give it another couple of coats just to cover it, but in the meantime I can also do the neck, because we want it to sort of match. There we go. So I'm just going to give second coats to those, and then we can carry on with it. So while the head's drying, I'm just going to start some detail on here. So I'm going to paint the belt in black just to sort of make it stand out a little bit, paint some of the detail, and then I might redo the red. I'm going to have to redo the black, and then the rest is really just going to be bringing out the detail with some dry brushing, because it's not a bad colour. It's got heavy seam lines, but so let's have a go at that. Let's do some black. I'm just going to do this stripe in black as well. These Star Wars figures have so much more detail than the Marvel ones. Really nice. Okay, so then we can have a look, put the body to one side. So the face is painted, so all we're going to do is use flesh wash. And I use my favourite Reikland flesh shade. And we're just going to add a bit to the face, just to bring out some of the lines. She won't need a lot because she's a young actress and she's got good skin, so not that many lines. And then the same for the hands, and we're just letting it run in just to give a few shadows. There we go. And then while we've got the flesh shade out, I'm just going to run some shade detail into the stitching on the coat. Okay, so let that dry and then we can come back and dry brush. Okay, so the flesh wash is dry. So what we're going to do now is mix a lighter version of the flesh tone, just marginally lighter, and just use it to blend this out with. So it's just blended out the harshness of the shade, and then we're just doing the same on the hands, and then we'll go over with a lighter shade just to highlight. There we go. So I'm now going to mix a slightly lighter flesh tone and a drier brush, and we're just going to use this to highlight. So we're highlighting areas like cheeks, lips, chin, etc., nose. I'm going to mix a little bit of red with it, just for the cheeks. And then while I got the red out, I'm going to mix a slightly redder version of the flesh tone again, and this is just for the lips. And as you have a look on the box, she doesn't have red lips, but she does wear lippy. I'm also going to, while I've got the red out, going to give her some red fingernails, but then because she's on Corellia, so it's not the best of environments, I'm gonna have to chip them off a bit. Sorry, the door just went. It was basically our best friends, John and Lucy. Thank you for the Christmas card. Lucy does artwork and she does this all herself. It's really good. But yes, thank you. Happy Christmas. Although this will probably come out in January. Right, let's carry on. Right, what colour eyes does Daenerys have? Well, not Daenerys, Qi'ra. She has sort of bluey green eyes. Right, so bluey green, what have we got? Bluey green, we use green and blue, so McCraggy blue and Warg flesh. And she has interesting eyes because her pupils are much lighter. Pupils? Iris? Which is the colour bit? Are much lighter in the centre than the outside, so we'll do it to lighten it and do another one afterwards. It's very warm. We've got the heating on because it's freezing out, and it dries the paint a bit quickly. It's a different brush as well because that's a brand new brush, that one, and it's very pointy, which is great for detail work but not so good for doing sort of circles. She's got big doe eyes. So you have to be careful though because the coloured bit can suddenly find itself all over the eye. So that's that done. So on these ones I finished off the edge bits, the trim. I just put a bit of detail on it in black and silver, and I just need to use a little bit of flesh colour just to edge it because I don't know if you can see, it just annoys me a little bit. I've gone over a little bit. So if you do go over, don't worry, you can fix it. Good thing about painting. There we go. Probably no one else would have noticed it, but it annoys me. So while that's drying, I'm going to do her eyebrows, which has quite dark brown eyebrows. So I'm going to use Rhinoxide. Right, so I'm going to add a little bit of white to the green colour we made, just to lighten it a bit. Just going to tidy up her lipstick as well. Just noticed it's, again, what do you figure about, because when you move it in the light you realise you haven't done a particularly good job of an edge. Right, now we're going to use black to put the pupil on, and also she has quite heavy eye makeup on. And then it sort of goes off like, I don't know what they call it, the side bit, Egyptian style. And then all I'm going to do is use Flesh Wash. I can remember where I put it. There. Just to go round the eye. She doesn't seem to be wearing any eyeshadow, so I'm just going to use this to basically stop the eye from being too white. Lipstick, that's okay. So then we're going to move on to the hair, and I'm just going to do that in the same Rhinox hide and then lighten it with, I brush it with some Mornfang brown afterwards. I have to do the hair in two parts because I really should have stuck the head on something to paint it, but never mind, never mind. What I might do is find a bit of paper and stick it up the hair. There we go, that'll do. So an old scalpel blade wrapper, and all I'm going to do is put that, slide that up there so when I can paint it without getting it on there. Well, I'm going to finish painting the hair and then we can come back to dry brush it. Okay, so first layer of hair is dry, so I'm just going to highlight it in Mornfang brown. Then we're going to let that dry, and then a little bit, a slightly lighter one, and that'll be pretty much done. So while that's drying, I'll explain what I've done on here. So basically, all very simple techniques. So I've just dry brushed a bit of brown over the fur just to bring it up. I repainted red because there was some slop on the other red, and I thought might as well do it. So repainted the red, added some silver detail on the belt, added various bits of detail on the skirt, and basically just dry brushed some white over this. I added some detail on the boots in a different colour, picked out the buckles, and then just dry brushed over that. Dry brushed some white over the wristbands. So that's all nicely done. I've also done a coat of black over the gun, and I'm now going to dry brush some gunmetal over that. So I'm going to put some lead belcher over that. So you won't see the hand grip anyway, so there you go. So there's a little gunmetal brush. Gunmetal gun even. So let's lighten up a bit of that Mornfang brown with some white, and then we can do a final dry brushing on the hair. So I'm going to pop the head back on, and then we'll come back and see the finished figure. So there we go, I've popped the head on, and I think it's a really nice likeness of the actress. I might just tidy up that eye while I'm looking at it. Sometimes you just notice these things and you want to tidy it up, so let's just tidy this eye. There we go. That would have annoyed me otherwise. So I think it's a really nice likeness of actress Emilia Clarke. It's a really nice figure, and it goes really well with the solo figure that I did earlier. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm really enjoying painting the Star Wars figures. They're well worth getting and having a bash at. They're fairly cheap, although this one, Qi'ra, I had to order in because for some reason, not in any of the shops around here. Stacks of Han Solos, but no Qi'ras. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.